present here. It's my immense pleasure to welcome you all for today's Corporate Connect on the topic Everyday Leadership. Leadership is an ability of an individual or any group giving guidance, directing them to work together, wherein it has been celebrated as an everyday act of treating each other's like. To know more about this, we have with us today Mr. Sreejith Krishnan, Head Learning and Development, Sony India Software Center, Bangalore. We welcome you, sir. I would also like to welcome a beloved director, Dr. AGV Narayanan, faculty members and students of TJIP. Thank you. And now I would like to invite upon Darshan to introduce the speaker.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. It's my privilege to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Sreejith Krishnan, Head Learning and Development at Sony India Software Center, Bangalore. So he's a result-oriented learning and development professional with 18 years of industry experience and is specialized in organizational development, competency mapping, learning interventions, and in development center and coaching and performance coaching. So he completed his master's degree in human resource management at Alliance University. He has worked in various top companies across different management roles. He started his career at Hinduja Global Solutions as a human resources business partner. Then he went on to work at Infosys in 2 different roles over a span of 6 years. He started off in the employee relations team as a chief fund officer and then became a senior member of education and research. Then he carried out his journey at R.R. Donnelly as manager in learning and development. Then his journey continued in Canon as a manager in people development. Currently, he is the head of learning and development at Sony India Software Center. He is also a certified happiness coach certified by Berkeley Wellbeing Institute and is also a certified practitioner of NLP by ANLP International. Without further ado, I would like to hand over the session to Mr. Sreejith Krishnan for an insightful learning experience. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Darshan. If you can see me and hear me well, just give a thumbs up, everyone. So excited to see you all. So we have 35 plus people. Yeah, thank you. All fine, right? Audio, video.
All fine. Perfect, sir.
Okay, all right. So let's start. So I can take 2 hours. What time we are wrapping up?
Sir, usually it goes on even for 1.5 to 2 hours. It goes on, sir. There is no.
Okay, so based on your interest level and response, see. But yeah, max 1 p.m. I will not stretch beyond that. Okay, so as he mentioned, so we are going to actually spend some time, 1.5 hours, and the theme is everyday leadership. So I'll just share my screen and then we'll discuss. Just give me a second. Now, is it fine? Can you hear me?
Now it is perfect, sir. Perfect, sir.
And you can see my screen as well, right?
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
All right. Okay, so let's start with the word leadership, right? So everyday leadership. So, there are a lot of definitions on this word and a lot of books on this subject. But the simplest definition of leadership is influence. Leadership is influence. So in this session, I'm going to share with you a couple of principles which you can practice to increase your personal power. Okay, so if you look at it, so like some 100 years back, we used to influence people using our physical power, right? All our kings and, even British, they all kind of influenced us with their physical power. But, in today's world, we can't influence anyone with physical power. And then after some time, we had information as power, knowledge is power. If you look at it right now in 2022, in this 21st century, knowledge is actually not very powerful. It is potential power. In the sense, it's not about what you know, but what you do with the knowledge, because knowledge is accessible to everyone. Some 50 years back, if you want to study something, you have to go to the library or you have to ask the right people. So right now, we all have access to the best of the best knowledge, right? So that's not a power anymore. But what you do with the knowledge is what, really matter. But if you really want to influence in 21st century, if you really want to step up, we have to increase our personal power. And I'm going to share with you 6 principles to increase this personal power. So my purpose of this session is, again, not to overwhelm you with a lot of information, because we know a lot of things, right? Because knowing is not doing. So my purpose is to influence you to take action. Now, after an hour, once I complete all the 6 principles, I'll give you a challenge, a leadership challenge, and I'm going to track your progress. So I'm going to revisit your, progress and things like that 1 month from now. I'm going to give a 30 days challenge. I'll explain details later. So whoever is on the call, if you really want to get something out of the session, I highly recommend you to take action. Right? Because it's not about knowing. I'm sure that you attended a lot of webinars, a lot of sessions, but we don't retain a lot of things. There is a lot of theories on learning and development. They say that whatever you listen in a classroom, we forget almost 80% of what you've heard in less than 4 weeks. Right? We retain only less than 20%, and after a month. If you write down notes and things like that, you retain, some 30 to 40%, but even only 30 to 40%. That's because, the physical activity of writing will stimulate your brain and you will retain that information for a long time. But if you are emotionally engaged with the subject, and if you really connect with the speaker and the message, then you will, remember things for a long time. And more than that, if you take action based on what you've learned, that information will be there, knowledge will be there with you for a long time. So my purpose is here to influence you to take action. So whatever I'm going to share with you, I'm going to give you a lot of practical lessons. And I was told that this is a mix of first and second year of MBA students. So I'm going to connect everything for your, career future, like your aspirations and things like that. I'll give you like real principles and tips, which you can implement in your life, to be really successful in your career, right? So let's start. So let's start with the first principle. So these are principles to improve your personal power, right? The first principle is the power of responsibility. The word is beautiful, responsibility, your ability to choose your response. A lot of stimulus around us. If I punch you like this, so this is a stimulus, right? And you have a couple of choices. One is to resist me back, or, maybe fight back, or to run away. So this is a stimulus, and we have a lot of options. In the same way in our life, every day, every second, every moment, there are a lot of options, right? So even right now, you have a choice to listen to me, or to check your Instagram right now, or do some other things, multitask. So that's an option with respect to whatever is happening around you, right? So the weather, the traffic, the government, your people around you, all those are stimulus, and we are choosing our response. Now, if you look at people, who fail in things, and if you ask them, what happened, most of them, their response will be like, things didn't go well. I was not in the right place. My family didn't support, things like that. They'll come up with 100 excuses. But if you read biographies of leaders, what differentiate leaders from the rest of the crowd is they took charge. They took ownership, 100% responsibility. So the point I'm trying to drive here is, if you look at our school life, and even your academic life right now, we have been conditioned to listen to people, right? And a lot of people took responsibility for our life, starting with our parents, right? In school, college, even now, I'm sure that your parents are taking more responsibility for your life than most of us are taking, right? And even in college, your MBA institute right now, I'm sure that your faculty members are taking a lot of responsibility for your career and your life. But that will end by end of this year or next year. Once you get into the real world, once you get into corporate, or even you're starting your business, whatever it is, right? Your parents, your teachers, your relatives, they all will step back. We have to take responsibility. Like in school and college, your parents will ask you like how much mark you scored, and how is it going, and things like that. But generally, once you start working and things like that, nobody will come and ask you, did you get a good appraisal from your manager? Did you get a good rating, good hike? Nobody's going to ask you all those questions. So we have a choice, choose just to, let it go, or to take 100% responsibility for our career and our life. So you are in that, that whatever turning point in your life. So, people around you are going to step back. Your parents and your teachers are going to step back in the next 1 year, and you're going to get into the real world. And in real world, don't expect people to tell you what to do. Okay, they may or may not say, but if you really want to succeed, we have to take charge of our life. We have to take ownership. So that's the word responsibility, our ability to choose our response. And if you look at all our leaders, the reason why we admire them is because they took charge of their life and they made things happen. So there is this beautiful formula from Jack Canfield. It says E plus R equals O. So E is E is nothing but the events in our life, right? A lot of events, environment, whatever is happening around us. And R is your response. And when you change your response, your outcome, O will change. If 2 plus 2 equals 4, if I want a different outcome, like I want 5 or I want 6, a different result, I have to change one variable factor, right? Now this E is actually not a variable factor. We can't change anything. So the real variable factor is R. So when you change your response, your result will change. You getting what I'm saying? So, if you look at your life, if you continue to do the same things, whatever you're doing right now, you're getting up at 8 in the morning, you are, checking your social media every now and then. And if that's the kind of life you're doing right now, if you continue to do that, you will continue to get the same result, right? Whatever result you're getting, good marks, bad marks, great marks, whatever it is, right? If you want different result in your life, we have to change the way we do things, right? And that's in our control. So this is the first principle. So just look at your life. And the first thing is to decide what are the kind of outcomes you want. And then look at your lifestyle, your routine, and see what is that I can change to get different result. Like if somebody is heavyweight, like, they are like on the heavy side, they want to lose weight. So losing weight is the outcome they want. For that, they have to change their response, right? They have to get up in the morning, they have to go for jogging and exercise, yoga, eat less, all those things. But if they continue to eat all the junk food, if they continue not to move their body, they will continue to be fat. You getting what I'm saying? So that's how it is connected. So if you want different results in your life, whatever result you're looking for in the future, you have to change your response. So you have either reasons or results. So I'll just play a short video of somebody. This boy, I don't know whether you watched this. He's actually handicapped, okay? But he actually took ownership, took charge of his life, and he became the sports boy of the year. So let me play this. There's a short clip.
Boy, oh boy, you're something else, Ezra. Okay,
Thanks.
so the story is you were 3 years old and the doctors had to amputate your leg. Tell us your story.
So I was born with one finger on my left hand and a leg that was curved. They removed the part that was curved, they took the big toe and they put it on my left hand, so now I have 2 fingers and a stump that they can put a prosthetic leg on.
Right. So, and it has not slowed you down a bit, has it?
No.
No. So you love sports.
I love sports.
And and this kid, it's amazing what you have done. You've done so many. What are all the sports you play?
I play basketball. We're starting basketball season. I play soccer. Soccer season is next. This is actually my football jersey that we just ended. I was the QB.
Does that mean quarterback?
Yeah. Skateboarding.
You're a quarterback. Wow.
And then the one that I love the most is probably track and field. I set 7 national records at the National Junior Championship.
Wow.
Thanks.
So you were actually one of the sports kids of the year, right? Of Sports Illustrated, right here. Look at this. Now, when did you, some kids love sports, but you're really good at all sports. So when did you realize that you were good at everything?
I've always loved it since I was a baby. I've always loved being very active, having fun, playing with my friends. But when I play sports, I feel at home. I don't feel different. I feel like I'm just one of the guys.
Yep, well, and you are, but you're better than that. You're better than a lot of the guys. So, and you have a coach that gave you a really great motto. What is that motto?
It was finish well. I was a little kindergartner playing basketball, and I missed a couple of shots, and then I missed all my shots, and I got upset, and I ran away. And my PE coach, Coach Chow, was watching me, and he came up and he said, "Hey, buddy, you might have missed all your shots, but you're going to go out there and make another shot no matter what, and you're going to finish well." And a little kindergartner, I didn't know what that meant. I just was going to go home and say, "Oh, who am I going to tell this to?" But as I gotten older, like doing in a race, maybe I slip and fall at the beginning. I get up and I go, "Okay, finish well," and it just, you drive harder and harder and harder, and then eventually you get to the finish line.
Good for that coach, and good for you for taking that in. Boy, oh boy.
We are really blessed, right? If you look at our, whatever skills we have, whether it's intellectual or physical skills, we have everything, but we still complain, I don't have this, that's the easiest thing to do. So easiest thing to do is to blame people, situation, events, and, that's not happening. This person is not supporting, blah, blah, blah. So that's what all, people who fail, they give excuses. So just shift that, pattern and tell yourself, from today, I'm not going to blame anyone or anybody or anything for what's happening in my life. I'm going to take 100% responsibility. So this is an exercise. You can write it down somewhere or take a screenshot of this. So if I were to take just 10% more responsibility for my life, I would. You can write 2-3 things. So what will you do differently? With respect to your, academic things, or even something else in your personal life. Just ask yourself, and if I take 10% more responsibility, what will I do differently? And then take action, right? We get power by taking action. So this is the first principle: take 100% responsibility for your life. But the second one, which you see in all leaders and people who are successful, is this, strong self-belief, high self-esteem. They really believe in themselves and what they can do. So, I started my career as a recruiter, right? I was in recruitment team initially, like some 18 years back. So there's, every day we used to hire a lot of people used to come for interview. And one thing I've observed is, in 90% of the cases, right, especially freshers hiring, we reject people based on their poor self-esteem or, poor confidence level. It's not about the academic score, how much marks you got or what skills you have and things like that. During the final interview, the final round, the HR round or the operation round, most people, they are not confident enough. They are not able to articulate well. So, and we reject people just based on this particular, attribute. And it comes, that's, I don't know, it's maybe because of your, academic background or in the school you studied, the friends you had. But what I've observed is a lot of people have poor self-esteem. Now, I don't know where you are. Maybe you're a really confident person. But if your confidence levels are poor, this is one thing you have to work on. Just work on improving your confidence level. And how to do that, I'll just give you some tips, because it's a very important skill. So we have to believe in ourselves. So if you don't believe in yourself, don't expect others to believe in you. All right. So it's as simple as that. So this is a framework. So I'll explain this framework, and you can apply this in a lot of activities, which you do. Now, the potential we have is unlimited. So we all have unlimited potential. But what stops us from getting the result we want in life is our belief system. I'll explain. I'll give an example to connect this. Okay, imagine like there are two people. So I'll call Mr. A and Mr. B in this group. So Mr. A is very confident. He's a very confident speaker, a public speaker. I'll just take public speaking as an example. So he's very confident as a speaker. But Mr. B is very poor. He's not confident. He never comes on stage. and he always shy away from all this, events and people and things like that. Now, what's the difference between A and B? Do you think that A has extra IQ or, is more intelligent than B? In most cases, it may not be. But what really differentiates A and B is their self-belief. So A believes that I'm good in speaking. And where did this come from? From his past experiences. Maybe in school, he was a school leader, whatever it is, he spoke on stage and people clapped, and he has this high self-confidence. On the other hand, B, he had all bad experiences, right? In school, college, right? Or, at times, like whenever he was called on stage, he didn't do a good job. So that is strong inside his mind. And because of that, he believes that I'm not good in this, all right? So now I want to change B, right? I want to help B. I want to help B to improve his public speaking skills. So imagine I am his, trainer. I want to kind of really groom him and things like that. So the first thing I'm going to do with him is I'm going to push him to speak. So I'll just ask him to come on stage and speak on day one. On day one, he will not do a good job. Okay, he'll speak for 20 seconds, 30 seconds. He'll scratch his head and say, oh my God, I don't know why he called me. I can't do this. And then when he goes back to seat, he will have the self-talk. No, I'm not good at this. I don't know why he called me. I made a fool of myself. Everybody laughed. He will have this poor self-talk with himself. But I'm not ready to give up. I will call him again, day two. So day two, he'll be little better than day one because he has 1 day experience. So day two, he will speak for maybe 30 seconds, right? Day one was 15 seconds. I'll call him again. I'll push him again on day three. So now he'll be a little more better because he has 2 days experience speaking in front of people. If I push him, day one, day two, day three, for the next 30 days, he will be, at least 30, 40% better than how he was a month back. Do you agree? Because every day he's been exposed, he's been pushed to come here and speak. And he has to kind of, work on himself and, prepare and speak and things like that. On day 30th, or maybe based on where he is right now, after 45 days, when he's on stage, he will actually do a good job. He will deliver a great speech and everybody will clap. And his friend will say, buddy, you did a good job. And that's the day, you'll change his mindset. He'll change his belief system. So that's the day B believes that, even I can speak in public. And from then on, his life will never be the same. So what I'm trying to say is this confidence, belief, and things like that, we have the power to change. So the only thing is we have to take action. And when you take, and this public speaking is a generic example like I shared, you can actually connect this a lot of other things. Like some of you are not good in some skills. I don't know what it is, like, I'm not good in that. I'm not good in this. So these are the things you're telling yourself. You have to change that self-talk and experiment and get out of your comfort zone. You will fail and you will struggle and, people will laugh at you, but that's the journey, right? And take it, take a small step, take it light. And you don't have to really make that radical change, take some small step. So one thing is your self-image. So basically, what do you think about yourself? There are a lot of other, positive psychology tools and techniques which you can try, which are very powerful ones. I'll share with you one or two. So one is affirmations. So affirmations are nothing but positive self-talk. Like if you get up every day and if you tell yourself, I'm good for nothing. I don't know why I'm here on this planet. Nobody loves me. Oh, one more day I have to show up. Okay, this is a self-talk you're having with yourself. Okay, you're not telling anybody. You're just having the self-talk with yourself, and you're, meeting people. So when you meet and greet people, they will get the same vibe. This guy is good for nothing, because you're talking to yourself that I'm good for nothing. And I shared this interview example, right? During most interviews, if you look at candidates, they have this very closed body language, scared, and they'll talk to themselves. I'm sure that they're going to ask difficult questions. I'm not good at it. I don't know whether I'll get this job. So this is the kind of self-talk you have with yourself. And when you, show up in front of the interview panel, they will get the same vibe, the same energy. So it's very important to change your self-talk. So affirmations are positive self-talks, and all the affirmation starts with the word I am. Okay, so whatever you say with I am, like, I'm loving, I'm proactive, I'm healthy, I'm determined, I'm supported, I'm engaging, I'm genuine, I'm smart, I'm whatever, right? So whatever you say with the word I am, and if you can program your subconscious mind by saying it over and over again, and if possible, look into your eyes, look into yourself in the mirror, and keep saying this again and again. So initially, it will be difficult for some of you, and you will be having, who you're kidding, I'm not smart, right? So you will have this negative self-talk again. But if you're consistent enough, if you keep telling for some time, so say 30 days, after some time, your subconscious will start believing it. And you will see difference, even in your body language, the way you interact and things like that. And there are hundreds of books written on this subject, on affirmations. There are a lot of books, so you can, and it works, right? It works for a lot of people. It works. So only thing is, like, you have to change your self-talk, and not just in front of the mirror in the morning, even throughout the day, be aware of what you're talking to yourself. So whenever you catch yourself talking negative, pinch yourself and change the dialogue and say, you remember this movie, Three Idiots, right? Three Idiots, Amir Khan, he used to say, all is well, all is well. So that's an affirmation, right? Incantation. So, by saying that, you are conditioning your mind. So this is one technique. The other technique is visualization. Okay. So if this public speaking, whatever, whatever thing you want to develop or improve, just close your eyes and see yourself doing that in your mind. All right. So we teach this in a lot of trainings. People teach this, to all the sports athletes, right? So they will, all these sports psychologists, they actually train people on this to visualize the outcome, right, in their mind. So whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it will be a reality in some time. So this exercise, this is how we do it. So we close our eyes. So whatever you want to do, like whether you want to speak in public, so that's the thing you want to develop, or like you are attending an interview and you want to speak confidently. So you will close your eyes and you will see your best self. Right? And with all your 5 senses, you will see it just for a minute or two. And if you can do it every day, you will see remarkable changes and differences in your behavior in less than 2 weeks. Okay, because 100% it works. So that's the power of visualization. So you can use affirmation, visualization. One more technique called journaling. So journaling is basically writing it down in a book, the things you want to do and things like that. You must have, some of you, who read self-help books and all, I'm sure that, these are things which are taught in almost, all self-help books. So, why it's said in a lot of books, because it works, right? So it can be affirmation, it can be visualization, it can be journaling, but, do one of these techniques to improve your confidence level, because at the end of the day, your academic marks and, your background, all those things is just a passport, right? To like a filtering process. You have the passport, so you'll be called for the interview. But during the interview, the way you present yourself, your confidence level really matter. Okay, forget about interviews. Okay, even once you get to your job, I know even my company right now and all the organizations I work, a lot of people are stuck in their career just because of this attribute. Even people with 10, 15, 20 years of experience, they're stuck in their career because they have poor self-esteem. They're very strong, but unfortunately, they are not very confident in presenting or, building rapport with the leadership team and things like that. So if you are not good at this, it's very difficult in today's world, to grow up. So esteem is something which you really have to work on. And every month, okay, pick up something which you're scared of doing. And then, just get out of your comfort zone. It can be anything. You're not comfortable doing something. You're not comfortable talking to strangers. You're not comfortable. I don't know, like each one of us have a lot of things, right? I'm not comfortable driving on the road. Like there are people, who are not comfortable doing that. So we all have fears, right? So pick up one fear and then, step out. Okay, so face the fear, and it'll be uncomfortable and you may even fail, but that's how we learn, right? And then it will change your mindset. And when there's a shift inside, you are outer world will change. When you change your inner world, your outer world will change. So this is the action. You can take a screenshot of this. So write down 2 things which is holding you back due to fear or other limiting beliefs. Just write it down and see what you can do to improve those things. All right. So I'll take all your questions at the end because if I take questions right now, we'll not be able to finish on time. So my pace is a little fast, but you can just park your questions and we'll discuss it at the end. All right.
Sure, sir.
Yeah. The third principle, so this is my favorite principle on leadership. It's called the power of purpose or the power of vision. Leaders are called visionaries because they're clear about where they want to go. Right? So having a clear goal or a clear target, a clear focus is very, very important. Because if you don't know where you're going, you will take whatever road comes in front of you, right? So imagine like I want to go to Mysore from Bangalore. If I know the destination, I'll put the right thing on the GPS and then I'll take the right road to Mysore, right? But if I'm not clear about my destination, I'll take my car, whichever road looks empty, I'll drive. If I'm lucky, I'll reach some good place. There's a possibility I may reach some, some sad place. And then I'll realize, okay, I've covered a long distance and it's like too difficult to turn back. So a lot of people, in their career at the age of 40, they'll realize, okay, this is not the job I want to do. And when they turn back, they've, kind of covered a long distance. But one good thing about all of you is you are at the right place because, this is the time you're going to decide your future, right? Your career, your stream, where you want to get in. So it's very important for you to be clear about where you want to go. And once you're clear, there is a set of principles which you can apply to get the result. Okay, there's a success formula here. So it's called the ultimate result formula. So the first thing is be very, very clear about your destination, your goal. So we have something called RAS in our brain. It's called reticular activating system. So what it does is, I'll give you an example. Imagine like you want to buy a new car, whatever brand, a particular brand, okay? And the day you decide, okay, I want to buy this car, you will see more of that brand on the road. Have you experienced that? It can be car or bike or whatever it is, right? You will see more of those, brand. Because our brain doesn't register everything. It filters a lot of things. We only see things which we want to see. We only hear things which we want to hear. Even right now, I spoke for the last 45 minutes. A lot of things actually, go above your head. But certain things actually you kind of registered. So we kind of listen to what we want to listen. We see things which you want to see. That's how our brain is kind of designed. So the point I'm trying to connect here is when you're clear about your goal or destination, you will start seeing those things. You will meet people who will talk about the kind of things you want to do, or you will be referring books and suddenly you will see some, advertisement or in internet, you will see something about, some course you want to take. You will see things. On the other hand, so I'll give you one more example about RAS. Imagine like you're watching TV, like some climax of some movie or like, some T20 cricket match, something like very interesting. And your mom needs some help from the kitchen. She is in the first floor or some other room. So she is calling, from that room, hey, can you go and get this stuff from the kitchen? And because you're watching this interesting scene on TV, you didn't, you kind of don't want to go there, right? So you'll say, I don't know where it is. You'll say that I don't know where it is. So your mom is like, no, it's there in the shelf. Go and look. And her tone changes. So now you will get up from your seat. You will go to the kitchen. You actually didn't want to get up. You actually don't know where it is. So you'll tell yourself, I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. You look everywhere in the shelf and you will shout from there, mom, it's not there. And mom is like, it's there 100%. Just keep looking. And you will look for another couple of seconds. And again, you're shouting, no, that stuff is not here. And then your mom is frustrated. She will come down. She'll come to the kitchen and you're looking everywhere. The thing is not there. And she will ask, what is this? The thing was actually right in front of your eyes. Because you told your brain that I don't know where it is, I don't know where it is. Even if anybody had this experience, even if it was in front of you, but your brain didn't actually register. So the same with goals. When you are clear about something, things will start showing up. But if you're not clear about your goal, if you don't know where you want to go, even if it comes in front of you, you will miss it. There was one research, this was conducted a couple of years back. I mean, not couple of, 50 years back actually, in Yale University, I think in 50s or 60s. So they went to a classroom and then they asked the group of students, it's a classroom like yours, they asked this question: how many of you have a clear goal in life? So a lot of people raised their hands. The second question they asked was, how many of you have written down your goal and it's very clear, quantitative? So only 3% of the class raised their hands. So they said they have a clear written goal. And this researchers, they tracked the students for 15 years. And they found that the people, the graduate class who had clear written goals, they were 3 times more successful than the rest of the class. Success is a very generic term. Even financially, they were making 3 times more money than the 97% of the class. Real research. Because clarity is power. If you are clear about your goal, where you want to go, you will be like 3-4 times better than people who don't have any clarity, right? So today, when you go back, no, not going back, whenever you have time, so take a piece of paper and reflect on your strengths and see, or your interests, and see, what is that I want to do in life, and be very clear, specific. There is a saying, I'm sure that you must have studied in your MBA, right? SMART, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bounded goals. Write a SMART goal. Once you have a clear goal, the next step is the strategy, right? So what is strategy? Strategy is a way of doing things, right? So how to find the best strategy? To find the best strategy, you have to model people who is doing what you want to do. Like if you want to start your own company, find out people who started their own company, understand what they did. Any goal. You want to make a chocolate cake, that's your goal. What do? Your choices. YouTube videos, not a great choice. Google search, not a great choice. What are the options? Buy all the ingredients and do a trial and error and see whether chocolate cake comes out. Okay, not a good choice. What's the best choice? The best choice is to call your friend who is a good chocolate cake maker and ask him or her, tell me what is the step-by-step process to make a chocolate cake. That's the best strategy. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel with respect to whatever goal you have, whatever you want to do in life. Don't waste your time reinventing the wheel. Find out people. Even if you want to go to the moon, somebody did it for you, right? So I don't think you have any goal which nobody did. So whatever is the goal, you want to become a cricket star or movie star or whatever, somebody did it in the past, right? So find out their strategy. What did they do differently? What are the skills they developed? And you can replicate the same process. And if you replicate the same process, there's a high possibility you will get the same result. Success leaves clues. So that's how you find the best strategy. Okay, so write your clear goal and then find out people who are doing what you want to do. Like if you want to become a trainer or you want to get into HR, you can ask me, all right? Or like if you want to get into some other field, I'm sure that you will find a lot of people in your, domain. It can be like, if you know personally, great. Even if you don't know personally these days, you can connect with a lot of people and ask. Or if nothing works, you can, refer, Google, books, whatever it is. But find out what is that they're doing differently and then implement the same strategy. The third thing is you have a clear goal, you know what to do, right? So the how is also clear. Now, the next thing is the action. You have to really get into it and you have to take action. And this is where most of us are stuck, right? We know what we want, we know how to get it, but unfortunately, I don't feel like doing it, right? So we all experience that, right? So what is the differentiating factor? Why do some people, get up early in the morning, stretch late in the night, and do whatever it takes to get result? But some people, they know these are important things, but they don't take action. What is the motive behind action? Right? Any idea? So I'll share with you a story to explain this. So there is this, not story, analogy kind of a thing. So imagine you decided, you want to lose weight. Okay, for that that's your goal. And then the best thing to do is to do physical exercise, right? You decided you'll go for jogging every day morning. Okay, you decided today, from tomorrow, I'm going to change my lifestyle. I'm going to run, I'm going to lose weight, blah, blah, blah. So everything is clear. The goal is clear, the strategy is clear. Now the next thing is action. You have to get up in the morning. So you set your alarm at 6:30 a.m. Okay, 6:30 a.m., decent time. So 6:30 a.m., Sunday morning, alarm rings. What will be your response? If you are like most people, at 6:30 a.m. when alarm rings, you will snooze the button, right? 6:40 a.m. alarm rings again. What's your response? Press the button again. And you also told your family members that you're going for jogging, right? Now your mom, dad, or someone at home is awake. They know that you have to go for jogging. At 6:45 a.m., somebody at your home is calling you. Hey, you said you want to go for jogging. Get up at 6:45 a.m. And what's your response? Your response is 5 more minutes, right? Now you're awake, but you don't want to step out of the bed. You know what I'm talking about? You are there. You are even, it's important. You know that you have to lose weight. You know that jogging is good for health. You know what to do, but you don't want to step out of the bed. At 6:55 a.m., imagine you're staying in an apartment, and you heard some like loud noise and people shouting, and there's something is wrong. And then you heard this watchman, a security guy, shouting, there is fire in this apartment. What will be your response? Maybe we'll jump out of the window, right? There is fire in this apartment. But till 6:55, you're fine. So this is the secret. So what motivates people to take action is the fire. And this fire is, from a psychology point of view, it can be a pain fire or a pleasure fire. Okay. So what it says is, we are motivated to take action when we connect extreme pain or extreme pleasure to doing something. Now, why do we eat food? Because if you don't eat food, hunger, it's a pain, right? Or why do we eat food? It's pleasurable. I love eating food. So whenever you associate yourself with any pain, pleasure things, right? We take action normally. But a lot of things in our life, we are not in any extreme. We are in the middle. We are in a neutral state. Because when we are in a neutral state, we are not motivated enough to take action. So the secret is, you need a strong reason. You need strong fire, a burning desire. And it should be like a do or die. If I don't do it, the consequences will be really, really strong. When you have that strong association, you will take action. In our life, most of our goals, we don't have that burning desire. We don't have that strong why. It's called why, WHY. You need a strong why to take action. I'll give you one example of where, one of my colleagues, it's my first company, first job. There was one guy, he's from Chennai. His name is Vetri Velan. Okay. So I was, like a fresh, I just got into the company and all. So this guy, he was 33, 34 years old at the time. So he was a vice president. Okay. Vice president operations. And he used to get like, at least, good amount of money. I don't remember exactly what was his salary that time, but like, good amount of money. He was 33, 34. At the time, so I was in HR. So, I used to connect and talk to all these people. At the time, I also know a lot of people of his age who is getting like at least some 5-6 times less than his salary. So I was curious, how this guy, he became like so successful and become a VP and all like less than 35 years and things like that. So enough, like of some time we all became friends and all. So I was curious to know his journey. And this was his journey. So he was in engineering college and his dad passed away when he was in third year or something like that. and he had a lot of back papers and things like that. He didn't, kind of focus on study for some time. And then suddenly he realized there's no income coming to his family because his dad was the only source of income. And he had two sisters, elder sisters. So then he realized to move the family, I have to earn money. I have to get some money. So he started doing some odd jobs after engineering college and things like that. And somehow he cleared the exams and he got his first job in TVS Motors, right? And normal, like any other engineer, you get those mechanical engineering job. He got a job like that with a minimal salary and things like that. But he had this burning desire, I have to make money because one important thing, I have to make my two sisters get married. I need a lot of money for that. So making money was his, what a strong driving force. So he used to check with people, tell me, what should I do to get a promotion? Or, what should I do to get more salary and things like that. And somebody told him, it seems, there is this something called Six Sigma. Those days, I'm talking about 2004, those days, Six Sigma, black belt and all those happening thing. So he said, somebody said, if you get certified on Six Sigma, you will get promotions fast. So to cut the story short, at the age of some 27 or 28, he became a master black belt in Six Sigma. Okay, so if you know the Six Sigma whole theory, it's about saving money for the company, right? So because he was saving a lot of money for the company and, he was doing a great job, and for him, driving force was money, he used to get promotions and he used to contribute more. And then he changed from TVS to some other company, and my company was his third company. He became a vice president in operation, right? So you will see a lot of people like that. So there should be some driving force. It can be money. It can be not just money, right? For some people, it's like, I want to make a difference or I want to contribute, blah, blah, blah. But so you need some strong reason to take action. I want to make my family proud. I want to buy, construct a house for my mom or whatever. And if you have those, even most of you are doing MBA, right? If you are doing MBA with your dad's money, I'm sure that your motivation level will be a little low comparing to somebody who took a bank loan, right? Because you, at the end of the day, you have to repay the bank loan for your MBA. So you'll be a little more motivated, right? So that reason is very, very important for us to take action. So in your case, once your goal is clear, once you have a clear strategy, model people, know what is that motivating you, what is your strong why, right? And then, you will get result. Result can be positive. If it is positive, great. If the result is not positive, keep changing your strategy till you get your result. So this is the ultimate result formula. It's no big deal. It's common sense. But again, common sense is not common. But if you just follow this pattern, and the key thing is your why, your purpose. So there is something called RPM. So you take a fresh sheet of paper, not right now, later. Give 3 headings. Okay, the first heading is result. Now, what are the results I want in life? Right. P is your purpose. Why I want this result. And M is your massive action plan, MAP. Okay, MAP, MAP, massive action plan. So you have to take action every day, which will help you to achieve or reach your goal. All right. You can pick up anything. You want to get into a good company, so that can be your goal. What is the result I want to get into? Be specific, which industry, which domain, things. Why I want to get into this organization. What is that I'm going to do? What is that? What is the purpose, right? So give clear answers. The more reasons you have, the stronger will be your motive to take action. And then your massive action plan, 1, 2, 3 things. So just do that, and then, you can achieve. See, the thing is, if you look at, all the leaders, right? So one of the clear definition of leadership, all leaders, you pick up any leader anywhere in the world, they all have a clear goal, a clear vision. Whether it's Elon Musk or, even the current leaders, or even like the old leaders, like, Steve Jobs, or even from history, Mahatma Gandhi, or you take any leader, right? They all have a clear goal. And what differentiates those people, because everybody has a goal, right? Even if I ask you, like most of you know what you want to do, but what differentiated these leaders is they all have a clear purpose, a strong why. to make this happen. And because of that strong why, they got a lot of followers. Because when you believe in something, if you're clear about your wish, destination, there will be people behind you to support you. But if the leader is clueless, I don't know where I want to go, don't expect anybody to follow you. So you will see this. So this is one of the most important leadership principles, having a clear vision, a clear goal, and that's not enough. Working towards achieving that, taking action by modeling people, having a strong reason. And when you have all those things, you will actually influence people. They will actually come to you. So this is the third principle, the power of purpose, the power of vision, the power of clarity. So its time is 12. So I'll finish another 3 more principles fast. So the fourth principle is the power of excellence. All right. So when my dad did his 10th standard, my dad, you can imagine which year. So that those days, if you pass 10th standard, you're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. All you have to do is to pass 10th standard, because a lot of people fail. When I was in 10th standard, this was again, a lot of years back. So that time, if you get 80%, in our place, it's called distinction. If you get distinction, 80% and above, you're doing a good job. So my target was to get that. Okay, I didn't get it. I managed to get 77% in my 10th standard. So that was a good job. Whatever, 80% above is a good job. But today, with even like your generation, if you check, the 10th standard marks, or your neighbors, your friends, your relatives, just go and ask people how much you scored. You'll see almost everybody, they'll say, okay, 95, 93, 92, 94, and the first rank holder will be 99 point some percentage, right? So our standards have gone really, really high. This is not just with academic, same with, the products we use, the services people are giving, like in our work for Sony, right? We had the Sony Walkman. You remember? I mean, you may not remember, but your parents may remember. There's something called Sony Walkman. Okay, so the Sony Walkman is the first mobile, hands-free, not hands-free, whatever, this portable music player. So absolutely no competition for Sony Walkman for 16 years. 16 years, no competition. Walkman means Sony, right? So that was how it is. And then, so today, every third month, right, a better, smarter, whatever cost efficient or ineffective products are coming, right? So and a lot of companies, you are in business school, right? I'm sure that you must study a lot of case studies of people and companies, who kind of perished, because they were not innovating, they were not raising the standard. So this principle is about raising your standard. So don't settle for anything less. Don't settle for where you are. Always chase excellence. Always raise your standard. Just ask yourself, how can I go to the next level? If you're doing a good job, just know that you are like everybody on the road, because everybody on the road is doing a good job. You have to go to the next level, which is excellence. Should not stop there. Go to the next level, which is outstanding. You have to stand out from the crowd. Don't stop there. Go to the next level, which should be mind-blowing. People should get goosebumps seeing a job. Don't stop there. Go to the next level, which is like extraordinary. That is what differentiates you from the rest of the group. Don't stop there. Go to the next level, which is out of the world. People should look at you and say, oh my God, you see from the same planet, right? But there are people in that level, right? So when you see like a Sachin Tendulkar or A.R. Rahman or all those genius folks in their fields, we admire them and wow, and if you observe them and if you read their biographies and things like that, you will know that they never settled. They always asked, how can I go to the next level? And the ultimate next level is people should come and say, oh, is he from the same planet? Till that level. So in your field, in your domain, just ask yourself, how can I go to the next level and keep improving? Okay, so this is fourth principle, which is the power of excellence. So raise your standard. The fifth principle, okay, I'm just skipping this video. This is actually, I learned this from Narayana Murthy, the founder of Infosys. He used to say this all the time in all our town halls and things like that. He says, if you really want to become a real leader, it all starts with your performance. Your performance, should be like extraordinary. And when your performance is extraordinary, you will be recognized. And that recognition will give you power. And that power will actually make you a leader. If you look at it, this is always, it's like that. So don't do the other way around. Like a lot of people, they think that, okay, I will become a leader and then, I will perform. There's a lot of politicians, some politicians we respect, some politicians we don't respect. So if you look at all the politicians we respect because they perform, right? And then they are true leaders. But for some politicians only, they just talk. So not in politics, but even in corporate, in all places, if you really want to become a leader, you have to be the best in your field. Okay, that is non-negotiable. So when you are best, then you will attract the best. Then you will have a strong team, right? That's how it works. So this is a very important principle. Just always remember this, the way to become a real leader. So this is an activity exercise for you. Just write down one skill you want to develop to become a leader in your field, and just ask yourself, what is that I can do to improve this, right? The next principle is the power of contribution. I love this quote. It says, you will get all you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want. This is from Zig Ziglar. So I'll ask this question. Who is paid more? A housekeeping person or a CEO? So answer is obvious, right? The CEO. Who is paid more? A carpenter or a brain surgeon? Brain surgeon. Who is paid more? A bus driver or a pilot? Pilot. Why? You'll see 2-3 things. So one is, anybody can become a bus driver in 2-3 months, but you can't, fly a plane in 2-3 months, right? You need specialized skill. You can become a good carpenter in a couple of months. That is not enough for you to become a brain surgeon. So if you look at people who are getting more money, and if you look at the pattern, this is the pattern. Your compensation is proportionate to your contribution. Whenever you have some specialized skill, you'll be able to contribute more. You'll be able to touch more people, and you can make a difference. So I can call anybody from the road and train him on housekeeping, right? 2 weeks he'll become a good housekeeping guy. But I can't get anybody from the road and train him on brain surgery. It takes a lot of time. So whenever you have some specialized skill, like if you look at brain surgeon, he's saving life. If you look at CEO, he's making a big difference to the organization. So whenever you're making a big difference, whenever you're saving lives, whenever you're contributing more, basically, your salary will increase. You will become special. You'll not be able to be, no one will be replacing you. Correct? So that's how it works. So this principle is called the power of contribution. So just ask yourself, how can I be different? By learning things or doing different things, making a difference. And how can I contribute more? And this contribution is a big thing. How can I serve more? Instead of the word contribution, I think the better word is serve. You must have heard of servant leadership and things like that. It's about serving. So this guy, okay, anyway, you're in Coimbatore, so you'll understand Tamil. So I'll play this video. So this is from Chennai. Some of you must have watched his videos. His name is Annadurai. Okay, so he's an auto driver. So what is the role of auto driver? To take people from point A to point B, right? That's what all auto drivers do. But he asked a different question to himself. What can I do more? How can I contribute more? How can I serve my customers? And as a result, you will see a different auto. Okay.
It's called Auto Anna. What is Auto Anna? Well, thanks to him, Chennaites can enjoy a high-tech ride when they hail an auto, from free Wi-Fi to a Galaxy tab to magazines. Check this out.
At first glance, this is an ordinary auto. And Anna Durai is your average Chennai auto driver. As our correspondent Sandhya did, what you see will amaze you. Anna Durai's auto is loaded with goodies. Free Wi-Fi, a mobile charging point, and in case you don't have a smartphone to enjoy the free Wi-Fi, a Samsung Galaxy Tab at your disposal.
கஸ்டமர்ஸ் தான் உண்மையான கடவுள் அப்படின்றத நான் ரியலைஸ் பண்ணிக்கிட்டேன். அதோட வெளிப்பாடுகள் தான் இது எல்லாமே. அவங்க கொடுக்குற பணத்தில் தான் நான் சாப்பிட்றேன். அதனால் அவங்களோட சாட்டிஸ்ஃபேக்ஷனான விஷயங்கள் என்னன்ற தேடும் போது மீடியாக்கள் அதில் பெரும் பங்கு வகிச்சதுனால மீடியாக்கள் நெட்டு, வைஃபை, டேப்லெட், கான்டெஸ்ட், டோக்கன் இது என்னோட ஸ்டார்டிங் ஸ்டேஜ் தான்.
Actually, I like the Wi-Fi system. Every time we didn't get the Wi-Fi, if we want to search on any things that we can just get easily on the laptop, iPad, whatever it is available here. That is a nice thing.
Not just outfitted with the best tech toys, but if magazines, newspapers and television are more your style, Anna Durai has you covered.
It's an awesome auto. I have first time I have seen this auto. All the facilities are there in this auto, which cannot be in a room or any other cars or anything. We are studied in the fashion college, so many times we have to need the magazines and all. So in this auto, the Femina magazine.
Teachers get a free ride and he offers discounts on Mother's Day, Father's Day, his birthday and even Valentine's Day.
ஆக்சுவலாக என்னோட ஆட்டோவில் 8 days ஆஃபர் டேஸாகவே அனௌன்ஸ் பண்ணேன். சில்ட்ரன்ஸ் டே, உமன்ஸ் டே, ஃபாதர்ஸ் டே, இண்டிபெண்டன்ஸ் டே, வேலண்டைன்ஸ் டே, அப்துல் கலாம் சார் பர்த்டே, என்னோட பர்த்டே, டீச்சர்ஸ்க்கு ஃப்ரீ சர்வீஸ், அந்த மாதிரி நிறைய டிஸ்கவுண்ட் டேஸும் இயர்லி 8 days ஆஃபர் கொடுக்குறேன். டீச்சர்ஸ்க்கு ஆல் டேஸ் ஃப்ரீ டேஸ் தான், ஃப்ரீ ட்ரிப்.
But pleasing customers isn't his end goal. The Good Samaritan currently funds a child's education and eventually wants to open an old age home.
It's called.
All right. So, this attitude of service, how can I contribute? How can I, kind of create the difference? That's a great, mindset. Just when you get your first job or when you start your career, just keep asking yourself, how can I serve my organization? How can I create an impact? How can I serve my stakeholders? And this, if you just keep asking this question, you'll get answers. Say he had a choice, right? There's no point he has to give all this extra goodies and free offers and things like that to his customers. Even if we take the right money from his auto customers, that itself is a good thing. But he went that extra mile. It's all about going that extra mile. And to go that extra mile, you have to put effort from your side. So that's a very important thing. So at the end of the day, it's all about serving. The next principle is about solving problems. So leaders are paid to solve problems. And if you look at the CEO or any top folks, even in your college environment, if I look at it, your director will be solving more problems than anyone else in your institute, right? The higher you go, you will have more problems to solve. So we are paid to solve more problems. The reason why we hire people with experience and give more salary comparing to a fresher is because the more experience you have, you'll be able to solve problems faster. So don't run away from problems, shy away from problems. And the best way to solve problems is to solve problems. In the sense, you remember your maths classes, I don't know, like at least when I was studying, so we have a lot of problems in the textbook. Other than that, you buy an extra, I don't know what is the name of that book. So basically it has like more problems, right? So when you crack all those problems, the question paper, whatever there is in your textbook will be easier. So that's how we learn, right? By solving more problems. So don't run away from problems. So it's like this. I don't know if you're into video game. So I'm not a great video game fan, but whenever I go to some houses, like, you'll have kids there, my relatives' kids. So they all are now addicted to gaming and, video games, iPad and things like that. So some of those guys, if I'm sitting with them, so they'll ask, uncle, can you play with me? And normally my answer is no. But some guys are really smart, they will push you to play. And these are most of these games are new games. Okay, I've not even seen this. First time I'm playing all these games. So these games, I will be kind of out, or my points will be like just 1,000 points. In 2-3 minutes, I'll be out. And the next turn is this kid's turn. Okay, the 5-year-old, 6-year-old kid, he'll take his iPad. For the next 10-15 minutes, he'll be like tuck, 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 playing, and his points will be some 10,000 plus. And then he has this look. See, I mean, you are a grown-up. You can't even kind of beat me, kind of a look. The reason this 5-year-old is able to get more points and do a great job is because I'm seeing this game for the first time. All right, but this kid is playing all, through for the last 2-3 weeks. So he knows where is obstacle, where is the challenge, what is the right strategy, and his reflex actions are 10x faster than mine. Same with our real-time problems, life problems, or your career-related problems. The more problems you solve, you'll be able to clear it faster. Just know that you're paid to solve problems. So don't think that, so many problems at work. No, you have been paid to solve problems. So you have to come with best strategies to solve problems. So even right now, you can actually think about, some problems, this exercise is normally given to people who are in work, but you can actually think about even right in your, academic field, there are some problems you want to solve. Just think of 1 or 2 problems you have and see what's the best strategy to solve that problem, right? Get that problem solving muscles. The last principle is called the power of state. This is my favorite, okay? So don't forget this. To be successful, okay, in your career, you need 3 C. The first C is your competence. Right, your competency, your technical skills, even your whatever you're studying right now, that is to improve your competencies. That's the first thing, the first C. The second C is your commitment. You may have all the skills, but if you're not committed, you will not do a great job. Right? You should be committed. So first is competence. Second one is commitment. The third C is your capacity. So everybody talks about the first 2, skills and competence and all this stuff, and even commitment people talk, but nobody gives that importance to capacity. What is capacity? Capacity is your energy to do the work. If you get up on a Monday morning and if you don't have the energy to do the work, right? If you are not in the right state of mind, other 2 things will not help you. Even if you're technically very strong, if you don't have the energy. And you will see a lot of, these days on LinkedIn and places like that, a lot of people are posting I was working 16 hours, 18 hours, I didn't give importance to my health and now I'm in hospital, blah, 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 blah. So please give importance to health and things like that. So yesterday I was reading about a founder, a startup company founder. He got a heart attack, right? He's less than 40 years old. And he wrote a big post on taking care of your health. Because at the end of the day, it matters, right? If you don't have the right energy, you'll not be productive. So you have to be in the right state of mind. And this is not just energy, even your mind, your mindset and your energy really plays a very important role. So we have this positive emotions and negative emotions, right? So if you keep thinking negative, if you're all negative emotions, that will drain your energy. You'll be always tired. On the other hand, if you're happy, there's a saying, happy employees are productive employees. If you're happy and if you're doing meaningful work, if you're good relationships with people around you, that gives you a lot of positivity, a lot of energy. And this is very, very important. We overlook at this particular thing, but and I really want to kind of focus on this. And this just doesn't come just like that. We have to do some activities every day to keep our positivity and our energy levels. I'll give you a task after this. So this is the last principle. And in case if you are in a negative state, and if you want to come back to positive, you can change your state by changing three things. Okay. One is your physiology. So physiology is your body language. So if you look at depressed people, they're always closed. They'll sit like this, they'll cry like this, they'll lie down in the bed. But if you look at a happy person, it'll be always wide body language, right? Expand the body. So first thing is, try to be open, right? Even when you're depressed and negative, go for a walk, go out, don't shut yourself, open yourself, right? Your physiology plays a very important role. Your facial expression, all those things plays a very important role. So open up. The second thing is the focus. And this is a very, very important thing. So focus is basically, as I said, we have two choices, right? Focus on what's not working or focus on what I'm grateful for. I'll give an example. So two people are going for a party. So Mr. A focused on the fight happening in that party. Some people are fighting. So he focused, how can people fight, blah, blah, blah. Mr. B will go to the same party. He saw the fight, but he decided to focus on a DJ happening the other end. So he'll go there and, dance. So next day I met both A and B. So I'll ask them, hey, how was the party? So Mr. A will say, oh, that party was sad, man. People were fighting. I don't know why I went to that party. So I'll ask the same question to Mr. B. Hey, how was the party? So his response will be like, oh, that party was rocking, man. I had the best time of my life. Both went to the same party. The difference, the way they focused, is like a lens. Like our brain is like a lens. We have, and some people zoom in, right? Zoom and make it really, really bigger. Problems, it's like this, but they will actually focus into it for a long time, make it bigger, and they feel miserable. So we all have a choice. So you can be miserable right now, focusing on what's not working in your life. And we all have a lot of things not working in our life, right? Or switch on the TV and watch the news. It's filled with things which are not working and all the negativity. But you also have a choice to focus on what you're grateful for. If you're sitting and breathing and watching me, you are blessed than hundreds of people in our country right now. Right? Think about people in hospitals, think about a lot of people, who are not as privileged as we are. We are way, way better than a lot of people. So when you shift your focus, your whole mindset changes. Right? And the third thing is your self-talk, your language. So we ask a lot of question and answers to ourselves. When things go wrong, we ask all lousy questions. Why man? Why God? Why is this happening like this? Blah, 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 blah. And when you ask those why God, why me questions, you will get all these victim answers, right? So you have to change. And if you look at the vocabulary of leaders, they ask empowering questions. They don't ask like, why did it happen? Their question will be like, how can we change it? See, whatever questions you ask, you get answers. If you ask why me, then your brain will figure out all the answers, why it's not happening. But if you ask a question, how can I turn this around? You will get a different answer. So whenever you are in a negative state, which we all will be at some point of time, it can be like in some short time in a day or like in a week, or sometimes it can be a big problem. So whatever it is, just try to change these three things. One is your physiology, open up, go out, do something. Emotion is created by motion. Like if you're stuck, you'll be depressed. The way to get out of depression is to move your body. Just move your body, do something, and then focus on what you're grateful for. And then be aware of your conversations with yourself. Ask empowering questions to yourself. So these three things, when you change, your state will change. So these are the 6 principles. I'll just recap. These are, you read any biographies of any leaders, or if you observe great leaders, you will see, they may not use the same words, but you will actually see, lot of elements, from these 6 principles in their life. One is all leaders, they take responsibility. They take charge of their life. They own their life. They believe in themselves, strong self-esteem. They have a clear vision, clear purpose. they always raise their standard. They always ask, how can we go to the next level? It's all about serving. It's about contributing. I think I missed one in this. The sixth one is problem solving, right? You have to solve problems. And to solve problems, you have to solve. The more you solve, better you will become as a problem solver. And the last thing is the power of state. You have to be in a positive, empowering, energetic state. I love this quote. It says, be the energy you want to attract. So when you are in a positive state, you will attract more people, situations, which are positive. But if you are in a negative state, you will attract more people and situations who are negative. So try to be in a positive state, so you'll attract more of these positive things. So now we are at 12:25 right now. So I'm sure that, great stuff you heard. Now, what can I do about it, right? So I don't want to leave you just with this message. I want to give you a challenge. Okay, I'm going to give you a leadership challenge, because at the end of the day, it's not about information. It's not about knowledge. It's about action. And it's not a very easy challenge. It's a difficult challenge. I'm curious to know, out of 40 people who are in this call, how many will complete this challenge? And believe me, if you complete this 30-day challenge, you will become a true leader, because it's not easy to take action, right? And this challenge is actually based on, one is on responsibility. You will take ownership, and also with respect to raising your standard and changing your state of mind and things like that. Okay. So there are a lot of challenges, but this is an easy one for me to give. So I'm giving you to this right now. So I don't do anything right now. I'll explain the whole process, and then we will again ask questions, right? So first thing is, there's an app-based challenge. So I'll show you a demo of the app. It's called Bibo. It's there in Android and iOS store. So this app is developed by my friend, and I'm involved in this whole process. So basically, I just started this. So basically, this app is a morning ritual app. What is a morning ritual? So we did a survey. I was in Infosys for 6 years. This was in 2009 or something. I was part of the education research team in FI. So we did a leadership survey. So we asked a lot of questions to leaders, right? Some 400 plus leaders participated, not just in Infosys, even outside Infosys. Folks, that time in 2009, who were earning more than 25 lakh per annum. So that was a target audience that time for the survey. So we asked this question, a lot of questions. And one question we asked was this: do you have a morning routine? Okay. And more specific, do you do physical exercise in the morning? Okay. So that was the question. And you know what? More than 90% of the leaders out of 400, they said everybody, some form of exercise. Okay. It can be jogging, some movement, yoga, whatever it is they do, and they have a routine. So my first request is to all of you, if you really want different results in life, you will not get result by learning through books or observing others. You will get result only by taking action, and you have to do a lot of self-work on yourself. And you may be wondering, like, how is it related to MBA and the career? But the thing is, when you change this, your confidence level will increase, and then your whole outlook will change. A lot of things will change, right? So it all starts with your discipline, right? So this discipline is very, very important. So to do this, you have to find extra 30 minutes. Don't tell me I don't have extra 30 minutes. You all are students, and right now, I don't think that's an excuse. So you have to find 30 minutes. And ideally, this 30 minutes should be first thing in the morning, as soon as you get up. Right? If you're getting up at 6:30, get up at 6 a.m. from tomorrow. We can start this challenge from tomorrow. Just find time. So ideally should be the morning we have to do. And this is a guided, app. So it has a set of exercises, and these exercises are for your body, for your mind, and for your emotions, because all these three things should be in sync if you really want result. Okay. Body, mind, and emotions. So we have to work out. We have to do at least some 50 minutes of exercise every day. That is non-negotiable. If you really want to be productive, you have to move your body. If you want even your cognitive skills, there are, I am very much into reading a lot of books on health and wellness. It's all related. If you want to be more smart, you have to move your body. You have to do breathing exercises to reduce your stress levels. These days, all of us are stressed. So you have to have a calm mind to think clearly. And then you need emotional intelligence, right? So you have to manage your emotions well. So this is like a must-have thing. It's not even a option. But unfortunately, people are not been trained or taught on these things. So you will spend 30 minutes every day, just for the next 30 days. I'm not asking you to do for the next 1 year. Just 30 days, you're going to do this. And because I have a dashboard to see who is doing, what I'll do is, today is what, June 18th, right? Maybe 1 month from now, I'll give some grace period also. Say July 30th. Okay. July 30th, I will send a report to your faculty members. To the Savitri ma'am and other folks who I have connected with. So I'll send a report telling that, okay, this many people took action. Okay, that's it. I will not follow up or anything like that. Okay, so that's it, and we'll close it. But this 30 minutes every day for the next 30 days, first thing is you're going to take ownership. You're going to take responsibility. The second thing is action. Believe me, when I say 30 minutes every day, some of you will be, oh, what's so big deal? I'll do it. No. There'll be days you will feel like not doing it. There'll be days you'll be thinking like, why should I do this? There'll be days like, for what? So you may have all those questions, but the challenge is to overcome those questions, and you have to take action. So I'll play a 2 minutes trailer of this app, and then I'll exactly tell you how to download and then the action plan after this. So let me play this. It's called Bibo. So let's watch a 2 minutes video.
Bibo, a revolutionary health and wellness app. "30 minutes of curated everyday exercises for body, mind, and emotions. Body work, aerobics, stretching exercises, strengthening exercises, breath work, powerful breathing exercises, mind work, incantations, creative visualization, heart touch meditation, bliss in bliss out meditation, also meditation tracks, self-healing techniques, the Happiness Project, health and happiness habits, bliss board to track your progress. Start a 30-day happiness challenge. When you complete 30 days of Bibo exercises, we will plant a happiness tree to celebrate your success. Let us create an impact inside and outside. We are on a mission to plant 100,000 trees by the end of 2024. Let us create bliss in and bliss out. Download the app now. Join the movement.
Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 gifts today. Okay, gift number 1. This app is actually a paid app. Paid in the sense not expensive or anything. It is 399 rupees, but I'm going to give you free to all of you because I have a dashboard. So whoever is downloading today, so I have the tracker, I will activate the membership. It's a membership kind of a thing, lifetime membership. So I'll give you lifetime membership to the app for whoever is downloading from this group. And the second gift is, when you complete this 30 days challenge, we will plant a tree on your behalf. So this tree, so we have tie-up with growtrees.com. It is one of the largest NGO in India for planting trees. So we'll plant a tree only for people who complete 30 days. Okay. As I said, it's a challenge. It's not easy. You have to find 30 days, 30 minutes every day to do this. And it's for your body. You will do exercise, some breathing exercise. It's all guided. You just play it. All you need is if you get a yoga mat, nothing like that, so that you'll do it on the intra floor. You can do it in the yoga mat, and keep your phone, get a mobile stand or something like that, and just do it. That's it. And it's all guided. You can just say whatever. There is affirmation, there is visualization, everything is there. Just listen to it and just do it. Okay. So we will, plant a tree to all the people from DG Academy who is going to complete it. So that's it. Okay. So there is nothing you have to pay or anything like that. And then see, our purpose is, as I said, it was mentioned, we want to plant 100,000 trees by next 2 years. So we are kind of, we don't want, people not to, download it because it's a paid app. And the reason why we're planting tree is because at the end of the day, people need motivation, right? We need some kind of motivation. You'll get a certificate also, a E-tree certificate with the location of the tree. There is a GPS of where it is planted. You'll get the link. You can go to Google Map and you will see the tree place and all this stuff. So they have planted more than 10 million trees in India in the last 10 years. So you'll get all those details, right? So that's the challenge. So I want you to get out of your comfort zone and do these things. And believe me, if you complete 30 days, you will feel really, really happy. You will feel more confident about yourself. And also some of these techniques I've talking about, affirmation, visualization, you will see a difference. And if you really want to make this a movement, my suggestion is maybe you can ask your friends and your family circle later, after a 30 days challenge. You can ask them to download, and you can be an ambassador for this, so that we can plant more trees, right? So that's the purpose. So with that, let me end my session.
Bebo.
So this is the thing. Okay, so I'll tell you exactly what you have to do. You have to, you can do it after this workshop. Go to Google Play Store or iOS. It's a new app, so you have to type Bebo. It may not come in the first this thing. You may have to go a little scroll down, and you will see Bebo. The same picture you will see. And download it. And there's a dashboard. So maybe by 1:30, I will activate all your membership. So whoever is downloading in the next 1 hour, or even throughout the day, whoever is activating today. So I'll, so don't pay anything. Don't go to the membership and subscribe and all. So don't do anything. So it'll be automatically activated. All you have to do is refresh the page, just close it and open again. It will be active. And then we'll send certificates to your email ID. So all the people who come in. And one more recommended reading is just read this book called The Miracle Morning. It's a very interesting, powerful book. So if you read this book, you will be more motivated to take action. Okay, it's a bestseller book. It's a Miracle Morning. So you can read that book as well. Okay, so this is the challenge. So with that, let me end. So I'll end with with an activity. So when I say the alphabet, I want you to unmute yourself and say what is there on the screen. Okay, everybody. Okay, everybody unmute yourself and let's close it with a bang. Okay, everybody ready? Say yes, unmute yourself. I think the organizer has to give access. Is it possible?
Sir, yes, they all have the access, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so everybody stretch your body, stretch yourself. So let's start. A4.
Aim high.
Okay, everybody loud. B4.
Believe.
C4.
Commitment.
E4.
Determination.
E4.
Excellence.
F4.
Faith.
G4.
Goal.
H4.
Hang on to your dream.
I4.
Innovation.
J4.
Just do it.
K4.
Know yourself.
L4.
Learning.
Yeah, learn more to earn more. M4.
Motivate yourself.
N4.
Never give up.
O4.
Outstanding.
P4.
Patient.
Q for
Quality is everything.
R for
Raise your standard.
S for
Set up. Step up.
T for
Turn things around.
U for
Unleash your power.
V for
Visualize it.
W for
Work hard.
X for
X-ray of strength.
Y for
Yes, I can.
Z for.
Zeal for life. That is success.
Thank you so much. I don't see a lot of energy there. I think you have to do Bibo exercises. I want to increase your energy levels. Energy is everything. Especially like you all are freshers stepping out of college for the first times. I want you to be in a peak energetic state, right? That's very, very important attribute for all of you. And this is a wrap up of whatever I've shared. So step up. A new world is waiting. So leadership cannot really be taught. It can only be learned by taking action, by doing things, right? All right. So let's open for questions. So any questions, please feel free to ask. You can follow me on all these places. I'm there on all the social medias. I'll be more than happy to be in touch with you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful session, almost close to 1 hour, 40 minutes. Thanks for that. So participants, if you have questions, I would suggest you please raise your hand. I will call one by one. Savitri ma'am, you want?
No, not a question, just to thank Mr. Sreejith for first of all accepting our invitation, and it was an amazing session. In fact, we have a lot of students who are leaving soon. For them, I believe there's a lot of life lessons for them to take from this session. Guys, I'm sure you're going to participate in the challenge, and if not for anything, but to plant more trees, I think we should support Mr. Sreejith. Thank you, Sreejith. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Yeah, really means a lot. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, Kalimuthu, you can ask a question.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you, sir, for this wonderful session. So my question is, shortly I will be stepping into a corporate world with an MBA. What should I prioritize for first 6 months?
Okay, what's your specialization, Kalimuthu?
Sir, marketing, sir.
Marketing. Okay. So the first thing is be clear about, what's your, like domain industry, you want to get into a IT or manufacturing, or be very clear about the industry you want to get in, and do a lot of research from your side. When I say research, study different companies, their business model, what kind of work they do and things like that. And when you get an interview call, okay, imagine you got a call from, say, from Sony. I'll just give my company as an example, right? So understand what we do here in India, what is the business model we are into, and then ask yourself, how can your skills, whatever you studied, can support or develop or contribute to this particular company's business. And if you can bridge that gap, see, when we interview people, right? So we have, as an interview panel, so we have a JD, we have a lot of expectations, right? So when you answer questions, if your answers match our expectations, then you are hired, right? But if you are talking something else, then you'll be rejected. So for that, it's very important for you to understand business. When I say business, industries, and the best way to connect is to connect people on LinkedIn and things like that, and talk to people, your seniors, your contacts, and understand about different industries, what they do, and then showcase those kind of things, right? So have some specialized skill with respect to your domain. Even in marketing, there are a lot of sub activities, right? So what is that you are really interested in? Be an expert there, because even in almost all companies, there are a lot of generalists. So we don't want generalists. We are looking for people who are really, really like an expert in all these areas, who go deep into the subject, right? So just improve one area. You don't have to focus on everything, but pick up one area and be a master in that area. So that will help you to find the right job. And know your niche. What is the field I want to get in? Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Yes, Darshan, you can go ahead.
Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Darshan First MD, sir. Actually, I'm a follower of you on YouTube, sir. I'm regular follower. So I was looking this face looked familiar. I've seen him somewhere, and I liked your videos a lot, sir. The leadership lesson from Drishyam, I like the video a lot. Then handling rejections, you told Stanley's story, and then the story of Will Smith. So I'm a regular follower of YouTube, sir. The session was very nice, sir. And
Thanks.
one question from my side, sir. So as a student, I don't find a lot of time to do my extracurricular activities, sir. So you work at a big company like Sony, and how do you find time to do something at YouTube and your new app of yours? So how do you find that time, sir?
Yeah, good question, Darshan. So, at the end of the day, time is something which is stretchable. We all have 24 hours, but it's how we prioritize. Okay, so to do things which you want to do, you have to say no to a lot of things. So that's how it works. Okay, so if you look at even your everyday Darshan, if you write down everything you do in a day, you can do this exercise. Next 2-3 days, before going to sleep, write down all the activities. Okay, whatever we normally do, right? Meeting friends, studying, or whatever, project work, things like that. And after writing for 2-3 days, next to each activity, you can give a caption. Okay, V and NV. So V is value added, okay, value added, VA, and NV is non-value add. And you will see that most of us spend a lot of time on irrelevant things, okay, non-value add things. When I say non-value add, you're not adding value to yourself, or you're not adding value to others, right? That is non-value add. Even if you're adding value to others, it is good, right? So you will see a lot of non-value add, irrelevant things. And if you're not aware of it, we think that we don't have time, right? So even in my case, and all this, a lot of people ask me this question actually with a full-time job and things like that. So initially when I started, I used to, stay laid back, stretch in the night, and I used to record videos. And then I started doing it during weekends and things like that. So to do this, I have to say no to a lot of things. I'll say no to some invitation, some party somewhere. I'll say, no, I can't come. I don't want to come. Or, sometimes I'll say no to a lot of things because for me, this is my priority. You get what I'm saying? So when this becomes a priority, you will find time. So it's like, imagine you're preparing for your IAS exam. Okay, IAS exam, you want to become an IAS officer. So that is like a must-have thing. And then your friend will come, let's go play cricket. You'll say, no, I am busy. This is my goal. Or then they say that let's go for a movie. You'll say like, no, not now, maybe later. So I have to complete this. So you have to prioritize this, whatever you want to do, and you will complete that. You should have a to-do list and things like that for the day, for the week, and you will not pick up anything till you complete that. And to give a short answer, you have to say no to a lot of things, right? You have to say no to a lot of irrelevant things. So that is how we manage.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Darshan. Mahalingam, you can ask a question. Mahalingam, you're on mute. You have to unmute yourself. Yes, Mahalingam, you can ask. Okay, let me come back to you. Okay.
You can even type in the chat box.
You can type in the chat also. Yes. Kaushika, you can ask your question.
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir. The session was very informative. So my question is, as I wish to pursue my career in HR manager, can you suggest in which area should I consistently work to master?
For HR, most people start with recruitment. Okay, so in HR, there are multiple teams, right? So you have hiring team, recruitment, you have, HR business partners, right? Operational HR. Then you have compensation and benefits, the CNB. Then you have learning and development, which is training. Then you have MIS. So then you have employee experience folks, employee relations it's called. So there are multiple divisions. So normally they don't hire freshers. They hire, it all depends. In CNB, in compensation benefits, or in any of those levels. So most of, like almost 80% of the openings in HR for freshers will be in recruitment, hiring. Even I started as a, management training as a recruiter. So maybe you can focus on that, just see how you can get into a recruitment team. Otherwise, the other team is HR operations, which is, again, if you're good in SAP or any of those platforms, if you have skill, you can get into that. But otherwise, yeah, just have an idea about all the divisions, all the different departments in HR, and you pick up one. If it's recruitment, so study everything about the whole recruitment cycle. How we source people, how do we do interview, what are the different roles there, understand that, and then work on that. And this is my suggestion to everyone. So don't sit idle at home once you finish your MBA. Join somewhere, even if it's a startup, even if they're not paying you salary, please start, do something. Don't sit and wait for your ideal job, because ideal job, may or may not come. It will take time. Of course, you'll get your ideal job, but, invest in your time and effort learning, okay, and hands-on learning, not from books. Your books learning will stop once you finish your academic. After that, learn from people, do internship. And even if they're not paying, just be there. Because what I see with MBA students is, they think that, because I go to a lot of B schools and I train people, so they think that, okay, once I finish my MBA, then I'm ready, give me a, high-level executive job and I'm there to contribute. Not really. It's like, if you look at chartered accountants, CA folks, after their, this thing, they will actually work under a CA guy for some time. Same with medicine, you have to work under some, real doctors to learn. Same with lawyers, engineering. Look at all professions, the first 5 years is pure learning. Same with all of you. So management, whatever we learned in books is the foundation, but we have to get real hands-on experience. So don't worry much about salary in the first 5 years is my suggestion. Whatever you get in, right? And then learn and then improve and develop. So that's my recommendation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Sir Mahalingam has put in chat, is asking, is it very important to be Mr. Perfectionist?
No. So version first is better than no version. Okay. So a lot of people strive for perfection. There is nothing called perfection. There's always a room for improvement. Okay. But if you just keep, we should always strive for improvement, always go to the next level, improve, than how you were before. But, perfection, there's nothing called perfection. There's always some room for improvement, right? Even if you go and ask the best of the best guys, whether in sports or movies, or they'll say, okay, I'm good, but there is a next level. So do your best. Okay. Always challenge yourself and give your best shot, but keep improving. The reason I'm saying is because a lot of people don't take action, worrying about perfection, right? So even when I started doing this, if you watch my videos like 2 years back, it was not great. But I just posted, right? So that's how I learned. But if I waited for perfection, I'll only post if everything, if the sound is correct, if light is correct, if I speak without any fillers, only then I post. I may not post. I have to wait for next 2 3 years, and I'll give up. So don't worry about perfection. Keep improving. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Gokul, you can go ahead with the question.
My question: what do great leaders do consistently?
What great leaders do consistently? One is they learn. Okay, leaders are learners. There's a saying, leaders are readers, and learning not just from books. They keep learning. Okay, and other very important attribute of a leader is anticipation. Anticipation is anticipation of the future. So a lot of companies, a lot of products, a lot of people fail because they fail to anticipate what's going to come. So you, as a leader, you have to be very good sensing what is happening around you. And it's like playing chess. You play chess, how we play chess. So if you want to win the game of chess, the next move of the opposite player, right? In the same way, you should know what's happening in the market. You should know the trend. You should be a good pattern analyzer. You should know, and you use data, like these days, everybody talk about, data science and things like that. So use data, use everything, but, you should anticipate what's going to come and be prepared. So So that's the most important attribute of a leader. And whoever failed to do that, they are not there anymore now.
Okay, thank you, sir. Sir, you have been in L&D for a long time, and what is that you see common with all these generations? You must have seen different generations training many people. What is those common things you see with all of them?
So right now, the biggest challenge is attention span. So when I started training like some 10, 15 years back, it was easy. I mean, to do a full day session, 8-hour session in the classroom, they will listen to you and things. But now we stopped doing any 8-hour sessions. The maximum duration is some 3-4 hours because we are living in a Instagram world of reels and TikTok, and everything is 60 seconds, 30 seconds. So if you're not able to engage your audience in the first 2-3 minutes, and if you're not giving the real stuff, valuable stuff, and more action-oriented teaching than the theory part, you don't get you don't get people. They just switch off. So the biggest challenge which I'm seeing and which we are working on is to how to make learning engaging. And so we play videos, we play this is a webinar, we have our own limitations, but in the classroom session we make it very experiential. We do a lot of activities and things like that, so that at least they're moving and they're not just sitting and listening, because people don't want to sit and listen, right? They want to do something. So we are experimenting, we are gamifying. A lot of gamifications are happening in training right now, learning. So things like that. Yeah. And also, like, the biggest skill of a learner is to kind of curate the content and give in the best short format. So nobody wants to listen, to a big theory content papers. So if we can give it in like a capsule, that's what people want really now. They don't have patience. So we also have to kind of change the times.
Thank you, sir. There are no more hands raised. Anybody have any questions? You can raise your hands. Or okay, no more questions, sir. Shall we wrap it up, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, thank you so much. Real pleasure meeting all of you, and I hope you learned something from this. And I'll be more than happy if you really take action on whatever I've shared with you. So looking forward to see your dashboard and your results, and looking forward to plant trees on your behalf. Yeah, thank you. Thank you, team, and thank you, Savitri ma'am, and everyone for this invite. It was great interacting with all of you.
Yes, sir. We have a formal vote of thanks from a student. Before we wrap it up, students, please, I hope you all have noted that the app, BIBO app. Please make sure all of you download it and make use of it. Definitely mind, body, wellness. It's going to help you a lot and make you more productive. So now let me invite Praisi Priyadarshini to propose the vote of thanks.
A warm good afternoon to all. It's my immense pleasure to propose the vote of thanks on this occasion. On behalf of the Academy for Managerial Excellence, I would like to thank Mr. Sreejith Krishnan for enlightening us with lots of insights. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank our beloved director, Dr. AGV Narayanan, for his continuous encouragement and support. Also, I would like to thank all our faculty members, students of DJIME, and all other participants for attending today's Corporate Connect. Thank you. Once again, I thank you all. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.